But the moral of this story is women, wise up. Now, none of these men in Jamaica trick or no. We American women, we're very vulnerable. This can happen to any one of us. And I forgot down. He's not getting away with what he did to me because he spreaded it to other women.
What is the name of the disease?
And he has herpes.
Boy, guys, the story, the one that hurt me to the core, guys. They saw one of the most. I do a lot of stories. One lady asked me, say, "Yo, we not cover them story that you not get emotional. I feel sorry." I say, "Yeah, some of them, but guys, this one is very, very, very. Boy, it depressed. It's sad. Hey, ladies, I don't know. I'm talk to you about red flags. I don't know what go on with the ladies them overseas or what go on. I am not here to bash my countryman because I know you have good man out there like me. You understand? And I know woman can deal with so much. But this young lady come down to Jamaica and she say, she don't know what happened, but she get involved with this guy and one thing lead to another. She get into American, one bigger something and I know a beard disrespecting, him sleep on her, and the worst case scenario, guys, him carry disease come give her in her house, guys. And she's young, and trust me, right now, she said her future mash up. Because she said right now, if you have kids, it's going to be difficult, and, you know, there were signs and things, and she's now 20, should have been about 27, we're about, and guys, me feel, trust me, I feel it. Want to listen to the video, listen it to the end. All right, listen to the end, please. You see, these stories is a learning process for young and old. Protect on yourself, be careful who not get involved with, and everything little goal. And some of these men, boy, I don't know what I'm doing, brother. I don't know what I'm doing. All an intention for just one foreign man for reach a foreign. And the script never change. But anyway, guys, me I talk too much. Put a like and share this video. I could drive and listen.
All right, so met this man at Norman Manley Airport in 2016. Couple days after I have a baby. That should have been the first red flag. I met him when I was in my 20s. Now I'm in my 30s. We was together a total of 8+ years. Didn't know this man from a hole in the wall. Went to Jamaica for, not gonna be too detailed because then I would be giving away certain things. But went to Jamaica for a certain reason. Met him at the airport or whatever the case may be, and we exchanged numbers. The last thing I was told from family before I even got on that flight was to not engage with anyone in Jamaica because I am a U.S. citizen and them will not go on if the earbuds. All right. Fast forward, met him at the airport. We exchanged numbers when we first started dealing or whatever the case may be. He never lied about how many children he had. He told me from day one that he had originally 5 at the time, which further on you'll get to understand was a lie. Okay, met him when I got back to New York. He kept texting me or whatever the case may be. At first, I tried to ignore him because I was saying this was a long distance relationship and it's not gonna work out with me living in America and him being in Jamaica. So took a chance against life and I decided, you know what, let me give him a chance. I had just got out of a bad relationship with my ex who cheated on me and got someone pregnant. However, he knew all of that. I had ended up going away with my ex-boyfriend. That was when I decided to break it off with him. He pretended to be like a friend, like telling me, leave this you alone and stuff like that. And he just nicely slid himself in the direction. MIXUP boss, when I said at 23 years old, I was not thinking about getting married. I just got out of a 4.5 relationship with somebody who was verbally abusive, mentally abusive, cheated on me while cheated on me while we were living together and got someone pregnant. So when I met this man, marriage was the furthest thing from my mind. I was in the process of starting my career, my life as a young girl. Long story short, ended up giving him a chance or whatever the case may be. We started talking. I want to say maybe like, so we met April 30th, 2016. When I came back to New York or whatever the case may be, he kept texting me, calling me. Eventually, I started to like him. All right. Now I go to South Carolina with my ex in June. And that was when I decided, like, all right, this is it with that situation because my ex had a love triangle. He was trying to deal with me and the baby mother, and I just couldn't deal with it no more. It was 4.5 years of the same nonsense. Long story short, we end up start talking. Now we're in July. When I come back in June, I explained to him like the reason why I wasn't really taking you serious is because I don't believe in starting one situation without finishing the next. So I was like, I wasn't completely honest with you. I was in a situation shit that we weren't together, but we still were doing things like we were together. So after I decided to close that chapter, I completely let him in. And that's when he started pushing the argument about marriage. I'm going to be honest with you. I never paid attention to certain things because I couldn't pay attention to it. And with that being said, this man used to wear a guarded ring. When I first met him, ooh, he. So let me explain a little background about myself. Born in the U.S., parents are Jamaican. As I told you, when I met him, I went to Jamaica for a family funeral. That's how I ended up meeting him at the airport. Let me rewind just a bit. The night that I met his friend first at the airport. When I met him at the airport or whatever, when I met the friend at the airport in America, JFK, nothing more than I had to use the bathroom and I had the carry-on bag and I didn't want to carry it. I was nervous. That was my first time going back to Jamaica over 15 plus years. As I told you, I was born here. When my mom didn't have her papers, she sent me back. She sent me home to her parents while she got herself together. So before I had lived in Jamaica for maybe about a year or a little over a year when my mom didn't have her papers, I never went back from a child. That was my first time flying as an adult. So I was very, very nervous and I'm afraid of heights as much as I used to fly. Long story short, I end up asking a friend um, to watch the suitcase. Nothing more than the friend says, okay, it was him and a girl. Honestly speaking, the friend never tried looking it, but when we got on the flight, I remember like dozing off because I had took like a NyQuil to make myself sleep. And the friend was telling me like the true gum when the plane is going up so my ears don't pop. So long story short, before I got to the airport, I had also took a shot along with the NyQuil because I was afraid of flying. So by the time I got on the flight, I was knocked out. I remember during the flight, I must have seen the friend walking in the aisle to the bathroom one time. When I come off of the flight now, being that my flight had changed, like in terms of the time, my family wasn't at the airport. So here oh it go. When I come off of the flight now, and I get through customs, Mr. the friend. Me not see him no more after that. When I come outside now, I have one cigarette now. No lighter. I search, no one eye for the matches. Who do I hear? The friend saying, yo, yo, yo. When I turn and I look, I'm saying to myself, who is this? And I realize it's the same youth that I met at the airport in JFK. Nothing more than him come up to me and him ask me, is my all right? Me say, no, my family not really here. So I asked him, I'm like, oh, do you have a lighter? And he was like, no. And this is how I met this man. He came to the airport to come and get the friend. But I still like years later actually analyzing the whole situation. Missy like said a friend obviously tell him before the flight take off, yo, you know some of this American girl, she's all yours or whatever him tell him. and I saw him come to the airport. Guys, this you tell me said, and his name is Oron Mason. Him come from Waterhouse or whatever the case may be, and he is a very wicked, cruel individual. All right. But yesterday night when them come at the airport, my family never did it yet. My family had told me to meet them by like the police station or something like that. It was a night flight. That around that time they were doing like organ harvesting. So my family had told me specifically when I got off the plane, don't speak to nobody. So there was like this taxi driver that kept trying to talk to me. Same time this is when this man came up to me with the lighter, lit the cigarette, kept staring at me, till eventually he asked me for my number. I'm not even gonna lie to you. One man said to me, give him the wrong number. Then another man said, you know what? This your first time coming back to Jamaica. Even though you're here for business purposes, like a sad moment, I also wanted it to be like a discovery kind of trip. Like I want to know where my parents came from, what schools the neighborhoods they grew up in. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So me decide to remember taking number because maybe while I'm here, I might just be able to link him to go to a party or whatever. Mm-hmm. All right. As I said, I took his number once. I started conversating with him and I told my cousin, like, which part of Jamaica I'm come from. They automatically told me stop talking to him. I didn't even know that he was writing me the whole time, the 2 weeks that I was in Jamaica, because my cousin was taking my phone and was deleting the messages. At a point, she had him blocked, and I didn't even know. Long story short, came back to New York or whatever the case may be. Now we got to fast forward back to July of 2020. No, July of 2016, which is when he asked to marry us. From day one, he made it clear that he had a guarded ring. Mixed up us when Mattia said I was born him. Nina know nothing about Obia. Mina grow up around Obia. None of them stuff ne. But know about Obia, I guess, from the internet. I get hear certain things, but I didn't grow up around that stuff. So when this man come tell me say him have guarded ring, obviously me go ask my family, and them say no. Guarded ring means that him well protected, him mix up in a Obia. All right. I want you to hear the time span of when we met. Anybody that hit it, everybody I have ever explained this story to, from the start, they like, no, it started off wrong. I met him April 30th, 2016. By July 9th, this man already proposed to me on video call. My dumbass said, went down to Jamaica September, 2 days before we got married. Got married September 18th, 2016. All right. You see, so during that trip, when I got married, not even 24 hours after being married, but at Port Elsha Beach at Chillot, I get a phone call from my best friend in New York. Yeah. So she goes on to say, like, do you know, I'ma just say Star as a person name. Like, do you know somebody named Star? Because she wrote me on Facebook and cussing you out about her man. So I end up, she like, you have access to the internet right now? So I'm like, not really, because my service is bad. So me end up get service. I'm gonna go look on it. Lo and behold, I am beer mother right me from him, right me from our mother page, accost me. All right. Me and this girl, so I responded to her. She already blocked me from the account. Questioning it, questioning it, questioning it. Still to this day, 8 years later, I've never met those two kids from that baby mother. And I've gone to Jamaica several times. All right. Fast forward now. We get married. Me come back up. Come back up. Kinda was a little vexed. Never paid it no mind. Me go back down December 2016. During that trip, one day he was in the shower and got a phone call from a private number, and I decided to answer it. When I answered the call, or whatever the case may be, a woman named Gillette answered, and was like, yeah, babes. So me, I said to myself, Yeah, babes. Now let me explain the situation with Gillette. When I met him, he had two phones. Him did have a banga phone and him did have a regular phone. When him get the banga phone, one of the chips was in her name, from my understanding. One day him come and tell me to delete that number because the girl decides to take back the chip. I thought I deleted it, but I guess I didn't delete it like out of the WhatsApp. And one day I ended up I was calling him and I accidentally must have called the other number, and that's how she ended up getting my number. From then, this girl take a sick comment over the years. Call me private, all sorts of things. All right, going back to December 2016. When she called, she like, yeah, babes. I'm like, who is this? So she was like, oh, you know who I am in baby, mother. I'm pregnant with him baby. Okay. Me confront him, no, remember, said me there in America, he's Jamaica. No, I'm like, I was in Jamaica at the time. Me confront him. When me come back up now, but decides that no, something really not right. Cause why would this girl keep calling my phone, trying to argue with me, saying like, oh, he's for the community, his community penis, and it's not just your mana, everybody man, you soon learn. Like she was trying to warn me in some kind of sense, but me never did I take heed to nothing no one was saying around me. And the reason why is because these people worked ubia pame. All right. I'm the ring on. That man never take off that ring till him reach America. I'm gonna fast forward to that part in a second. All right. Came back up. No, me end up go back down March 2017 for my birthday. So that's April. When we come back up, my mother was a little bit upset. I didn't understand why. She picked up certain things about this man that I didn't see. And you know how many arguments I've had with my family, cussing my family out for this man? Like, nothing he did would be wrong in my eyes. I couldn't see no wrong. All right, fast forward now. So now that's April. When I came back up, I decided, no, why does girl keep calling my phone? I started pressuring the issue, asking him about the situation with the baby. I even went as far as to contact this man's sister named Kurin, who pretends to be a church going person. Like, what I've gotten to realize is it's a sham. She act like she in church while she really in church doing the wickedness for him. So it's like a cover up. She pretend to be this holy person, but she's really not. Caught her thinking, my sister-in-law really got my back. This girl lied to me, make it seem like she gonna call a girl and cuss her out. Why she lie upon our brother? So the baby is not his or whatever. All right, that situation died down. Fast forward now, I end up going to Jamaica. No, fast forward now to like July, August. No, fast forward to May. When I came back now, I ended up putting in the paperwork. When I first got married to him, the reason why I delayed it was because I wanted to make sure that I was making the right decision. And it was like part of me that my intuition kept telling me not to do it. When I came back from Jamaica, I sent out the application the May. September now, our 1 year wedding anniversary, I end up going to Jamaica. We end up going like out to dinner to the restaurant Mahendra with his brother and his sister-in-law. Long story short, that whole trip I end up paying for everything. I've paid for everything every time I go to Jamaica all the time. All right. As I told you, he didn't have a job. He was mixed up in the streets. After a while, once I put the paperwork in, I tried to, as a wife, shelter him from the streets. So I started sending him money here and there, for him to survive. All right. Minimally, if I'm to send something, the minimum would be 100. $100 or whatever the case may be. Long story short, fast forward, now we're still in September. No, fast forward, we're in August of 2017, right before I go down for my 1 year anniversary. I ended up creating a Facebook account for him the December when I went down. I had access to the profile. I knew the password, everything, how to access the account. I completely knew how to control it. It was like a discerning spirit that said to me, go into the Facebook account. When I went into the Facebook account, he was talking to a whole bunch of girls, but it was one specific conversation where like him and the girl, you could tell like him and this girl was involved in things. So Sutton told me to reach out to the girl. The girl started arguing with me, telling me, "Oh, it's a lie. He told me that you his crazy wife or whatever the case may be." Now I'm reading the messages where when she asked him, "Who am I?" He told her, "I'm his wife," to block me. So I sent her the marriage certificate to let her know, and like conversations from that day, like I don't know what he's telling you, but I'm his wife and I'm not no crazy ex. Like I'm still previously with this man. At the interview, I don't know why I didn't really find this as like a red flag, but as I said, these people had me under their spell. I'm gonna backtrack just 1 second. In terms of every time that I used to go to Jamaica, which is a big important detail to this story, I was never able to go in his kitchen while his aunt shared my food. At no time have I ever went in the kitchen and shared out my own food. I am a smoker. So every time that we would eat and he would roll a spliff, for some odd reason, I would knock out to the point minimum by nothing. But wake up more time and it's like I don't even remember what happened like the day before. Every time I would eat the food, every time I'm supposed to come back to America, me get sick. The first time that I went to Jamaica, I was drinking. I thought it was because I drank the pipe water, but then after a couple of trips, I started noticing why every time I eat this lady food, I feel sick. And for years, I couldn't. It was like I want to remember it, but I couldn't remember what was like nothing that they was doing to me. I'm talking about every time I'm supposed to come back to New York, me eat of diarrhea, I'ma start vomit. I'ma end up have to change my flight. Oh, all right. As I said, I've never been able to have access to the kitchen. Me masama good at me. I don't want where I pay for the food every time that I've gone to Jamaica. I always give him auntie our money. I'ma give our money separately for buy food. All right. During the interview or whatever the case may be, immigration really did not ask many questions about our relationship, but one thing that they did keep asking that I did find to be a little weird, they kept asking about his criminal history. He had served some time in Jamaica jail system for a reason that I really don't wish to share because that's a bit too much, but he had served 5 years. And back then, at that time, immigration people were buying police certificates in Jamaica to show that they didn't have a criminal history in the criminal database. So when we went to the interview, immigration, however, did give him is like the paperwork that give you your rights into the country or whatever the case may be, but they told him that they had to run an additional background check. After they ran a background check or whatever the case may be, then that would be the time that he would be have access to come to America. So down there, tried to wait it out, thinking like this is just gonna be maybe like a week or a couple of days of a delay. Nope. All right, fast forward June 2nd, I end up coming back to New York. June 19, 2018, I decided to reach out to immigration now and tell them like, his life is in danger. He has to go. Ended up doing a whole expedition situation. As Muhammad just come back from Jamaica June 2nd, 2018. He got shot June 19th. Me not have no money for buy this man a ticket, even if immigration was took to say, okay, we grant him access today or tomorrow. My mother decided to take the money out of savings, and when expedited and get through maybe about July 6th, and we tell him to forgot drop off the passport the next day. Long story short, he got it. Um, we were going to book the flight literally the same day he got it, but he said that he wanted to spend time with his kids before he left, no problem. All right. He came here about 2 months later after he's here. He decided that he wants to work or whatever case may be. He had a good job, worked at a hotel, had a good job. All he had to do was stay there to get the experience, and he would have been able to apply to a union position. But this is a person what don't want with them turn, and from him come on America, him friend him, influence him for do what God knows what. Him have one specific friend with, me not gonna call him name because him well known in a dancehall in the New York area. But that friend is the reason why this man has got out of control the way he has got out of control. And Owen is a grown man, so I can't blame the friend, but I've been around the friend to see the lifestyle that he lives. And this is a person who's married, and you can't test it in the respect for him with no time. Cause every time I go around him, a different woman him there with. All right. He started working at the job or whatever the case may be, not even a year of time there. Him end up there on a dating website named Badu. No, I'm lying. I'm skipping a part. Not even after a year of him being here, I found a picture in his phone of him in another woman's bed. The woman did have on our clothes, but he didn't have on no shirt. Like he took the picture himself. The first person me ever meet in a life with a man with cheat, I leave evidence in that phone. Every woman that he's ever cheated on me with or slept with, and record them, and I saw me get for find out through him phone. He promised all he done, he not doing it no more. Couple months later, me end up find out same dip on a dating website. Oh, me find out what am my friend dip on the site, nothing more that should there oath and them a girl talk or whatever and should dip on the profile and she said to the person, I don't know, this man keep writing me. He not even my type. Like I don't even like guys with that short or whatever the case may be. Whatever she was saying, she didn't like him. So when she showed my friend the picture, my friend was like, hold on, I know this man. So she was like, what do you mean you know him? She was like, this is my best friend's husband. So she was like, what do you mean this is your friend's husband? So she ends up calling me or whatever the case may be on video call and we confirm it or whatever the case may be. So I told the girl, like, write him and make it seem like, try to see like if he'll link up with you or whatever the case may be, and that's how we'll catch him in his trap. I guess he started feeling like some kind of fishiness or whatever the case may be, and I just couldn't hold it. So all of the messages that I had found on the website with him and other women, I just ended up going off about it, and that was that. This man cheated. That's the moral of the story. He's done some wicked things. 2 weeks after getting his 10-year permanent green card, him come home drunk, beat me up, try for our sex and true. Me never want give him no sex cause the night him coming drunk and me never know him there. This man was taking my car, driving up and down to his women house at night, lying and making it seem like he was on the road partying. Him gonna end up meet one woman in a neighborhood by the name of Shamiqua, where him never obviously know too well. Where the girl live is a area that I grew up in, so I got to know certain things about her from people who live in the community. She didn't even know that I had a friend that lived in her building. Long story short, he ended up going to move in with this girl, and the girl and him was in a relationship. When I found out about the girl, I kept contacting her. She claimed she never knew about me. That is a lie because I've contacted her through email, through his phone, all of that. When I finally did get in contact with the girl, she went as far as to say people were telling her, but she didn't know for sure because he was telling her something different. Long story short, he ended up moving with the girl. Come to find out, one day he came and got me from work, dropped me off, told me that he was going around the corner to see his friend. That was a lie. When I got upstairs and pulled my door, all his stuff was gone. Calling down this man's phone for 2, 3 weeks, can't get him. He ended up reaching out to me because he needed his passport to go to his father's funeral. That morning when he came to me or whatever the case may be, we indulged in whatever. I ended up going to the girl house and let her know. Months later, this was in November, I ended up going to the girl house. Months later, we ended up moving back together into our own apartment now, January of 2023. When we moved in, long story short, I kept seeing certain things on his private area that were alarming, like little blisters and bumps. I work in healthcare. I should have known better that something was going on. But out of fear, I never went to the doctor. Nothing ever came up on me. Come to find out, he cheated on me with this girl. She had herpes simplex too and never told him. Oh. Fast forward to July of 2023. One morning I wake up, I feel a little funny. I see something on my body that I've never seen before. I decide, you know what? No, now is the time for me to go to the doctor. Now to tell you how wicked this man is. The day I was supposed to do a 16-hour shift, I ended up canceling one of my shifts. I'm sorry I'm talking fast. I know that the time is running out, so I'm trying to really get the rest of the story out. Ended up going to the hospital, left work, went to the hospital. This man knew what I was going to the hospital for. The hospital was right across the street. The hospital is not too far from where I live. This man tell me, say I go on the road to avoid going me to the hospital. Now, you as my husband, know to me I go through something like that, and you leave me for going to the hospital, I go face that situation by myself. And so when I come home when I come home in the night, I can't sleep, can't eat. And so then the results wasn't even back yet. And so the next day when we call the hospital and the hospital call, come when we call the hospital and then tell me say doctor go call me back, I already knew what it was because I work in healthcare. When the doctor called me back and tell me what it was, this man it coming like to the wheel or in ball like saying did know. This man end up of our next relationship now with a woman by the name of Michelle Brown. I have contacted her. He went to Jamaica with this woman in September of 2023. I contacted her to let her know I've known about her from July of 2023. I've reached out to her and I tried to stop her from getting. In fact, the girl been arguing with me back and forth on social media or whatever the case may be. So now I'm hearing that they now live together. The moral of this story is women, wise up. None of these men in a Jamaica trick or no. We American women, we're very vulnerable. This can happen to any one of us. And I forgot down. He's not getting away with what he did to me because he spreaded it to other women. No, come and get the call. I'ma drop the phone. When I drop the phone, I'ma stop. Bal, he was in the kitchen cooking. And run in another room, pick up the phone, and then come out of the room to talk to the doctor. When him come out, and me and him day in the house just lay down for hours just to cry. Him did know and never gonna get tested. Him friend is a herbalist in the UK and the friend start him reach out to the friend and the friend start send with the herbal medication. When me decide to put him out this wicked youth of the man stop send me the medication and leave me with bills up to the sky. The reason why I'm not being treated right now is because I don't have it. This man, from a finals in July, I went into a deep depression. I couldn't work, I couldn't eat. Just imagine you married somebody, you bring them from Jamaica. You give up your life. I take on them 5 kids like I grew up. Not even have no kids. When I was pregnant in 2022, the same day I have a miscarriage, and sister called me and tell me, say, him did go woman house the same day when me there work after me just come from doctor. Enough wicked thing this man look. Then him come back in my life in a March. when we do taxes and make it seem like say him want work things out and him not depend on the fuck no more or whatever. This man steal my tax money and about a month now. They call him and him knock and say, I'm gonna book him in our party 2 weeks ago. And when we see him, I ask him, I say, why you avoid me? Hear him, bro. Me not avoid you, babes. Me you talk, but some say, I'm go to the bathroom. I'm come out of the bathroom, me talk to you. Mix up us. When me say, I come out of the bathroom, man, gone. Look who do he know the people them with their security and my friend them. So when him a run out of the door, my friend said to me, you know, send your sleeve, right? Me say it good man, cause if me want chase them down, me know the address of the girl where my stay with. I, for the life of me, I keep trying to reach out to this girl, cause she don't want to hear it. She does not want to hear it, but make she steal it because she will catch the uncatchable. Cause the next thing left to in catches H. I mean, they're within yeast infection, BV. This is the worst. Me I style like a person, but not take it no more. Not even 2 weeks after this man get him 10-year visa and 10-year green card in him deep me up and me end up I forgot hospital and me like a stupid bumble really go sit down in a court. Afraid them I go do something to me. I'ma drop the charges. Him not even spend a night in a jail. Anybody who know me, them can tell you say he's a very ambitious person. Me just enroll myself back in a school for me go finish up my degree. Cause that him stopped me on the path that I was on. And I worry me the same family them. Worry as me a top key tears are roll down my eye. I don't deserve this. Yeah, Jano Star. Whoa. Jano. Okay, I don't tell everything where I talk. Everything where I talk, say, I just the part that mess up me, you say. You mess up your life no man. You mess you up. Are you forgo, I can't even do the school to 11. Yeah, I don't even know if I'll ever be able to have kids because of him.
Yeah, guys. Wow. Alright, me change our advice. Alright, so I'm put out a disclaimer out there. Anybody have no story if share with me? And you're afraid to come and you want, Yeah, that's the new rule. That's the advice you will hear. So she have to protect her advice because she don't want her family and other close friend know say she have that thing with her now. And when we put it out there, the man come a foreign and him not changing lifestyle and he run up and down. This a man look like say him not use boots. And him they go wild. I don't know why man then left Ghana foreign with them wily self. And then now he carry the herb on gear. And that can't cure, guys. That cannot cure. You don't know that. She have that for liver and sometimes it stop them from having baby. You see me I say? Yeah, so John she up on the phone, she a cry. The man mess up her life, guys. Mess up young, ambitious girl. It's sad. It's sad for no say one man can just wreck a woman life just like that. In could I give her the big A said we she said she got divorce him now and these are the things now. This left a bad taste from Jamaica, man. So when a good man, boy, I don't know. I don't know. I hear, hey, mount a thing. Boy, guys, I forgot to take a week from the story and just relax here. Cause sometimes some of the story I take a toll upon me and trust me, this ride my mind for you all day when I'm come off my phone. I feel it for her, man. I feel it for her, But baby girl, stay strong, keep your head high. They say them. A lot of people don't bash her, guys. She was 22. And when we young, we make bad decisions. She give this man an opportunity. You understand? And him come over there and him run from house to house, all sort of place and carry. That go give her. It's sad. But, I'm telling you guys, and you can't live with the husband and then go mess around with the wrong woman and carry things going on. So nobody now safe. I just loyalty is the thing. Like and share, guys. Me gone. Me a come.